Hi. This week's topic is housing. So I'm going to talk about housing, my housing situation. I'm going to talk about laws regarding housing, and I'm going to talk about, oh my god, college. Its lighting is always bad, so I should just accept it. And then I fix it, and then it's like, I want you to be yellow, though. Get out. I guess I'll start with laws. So I live in Massachusetts, and they just recently passed a housing law, and like a law for public spaces and whatnot, that says that I can't get kicked out of any public accommodations such as the hospital or a hotel room or anything like that, or out of like a lease or something. It's different for me because I live at my parents' house, so they could kick me out. But like, if I was leasing or if I bought a house and they kicked me out because I was trans, that is illegal here. There are a lot of states in the U.S. that it is legal to be discriminated against and kicked out of places because you're trans. Not in Massachusetts, which is great. However, I am planning on moving out of Massachusetts, so I really will have to find a state that is either accommodating or has that as a law, because as far as I know, Massachusetts in general is just one of the more liberal states. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a similar situation. My housing experience. So, when I came out as trans, I was in college. I went to a women's college. I'm just gonna say it. I went to Smith. Okay, it's in Western Mass. It's a pretty well-known women's liberal arts college, and yeah, their housing situation is different from any other school I have ever encountered in my life. There's none of this, like, sharing a living space with a bunch of other people, or having to have a roommate all 4 years, or whatever. I went to visit Val at school, and he lives in an apartment. He lived in an apartment, he still does, but when I went to visit him last year, he lived in an apartment with, like, 3 of his other friends. Literally, that would never happen at Smith. We have, I graduated, so not we, but they have maybe 10 apartments available, and literally no one ever like houses off campus. It's all like on campus housing, and there are basically no apartment style housing options for anyone. When you get there, you have a roommate, usually only one your first year, and then after that, you're guaranteed a single in your same house, and it builds house community. And because you're guaranteed a place in the same house all 4 years, it just is a great way for people to get to know you. And it just, the house community there is like insane. It's great. I cannot say enough good things about it. Therefore, when I was at school and I was coming out, I didn't really have to worry about my housing situation. I was living in a single in my house, and I mean, I had to tell people, but a lot of my friends already knew, a lot of people in my grade already knew, so it just was kind of more of like I had to announce it to the house type of thing, and nobody cared because there are a lot of trans people at Smith, so it was not a big deal. I would say that I have had one of the best experiences housing wise being trans. So that was my college experience, and that was my junior year. And then my senior year, I lived in a double with my then girlfriend. So obviously, I wasn't going to get kicked out of there because we were dating, so she knew. So after school, I moved back here. This is my parents' house. I moved out when I was about 17, and I lived with my grandma and my uncle and my 2 cousins at my grandma's house. Yeah, I don't have the best relationship with my parents. It has gotten better. I would say that it has improved. But, when I was a teenager, it was kind of like someone had to move out. Otherwise, things were just going to get ugly, and it had to be me. That part of my life was rough, housing wise. I felt like I couldn't be here. And, there were threats about me coming home if I was on T or if I was actually going to do this or whatever. But I don't know. I think it's more important for my parents to have any contact with me than not. So I think they just were like, okay, I guess you can move back in. So yeah, like Chase was saying, I am also very privileged when it comes to a lot of situations. There's just a lot of privilege that I carry, and it's making me cry. I'm so upset about it. I'm aware of it, though. I'm aware of my privilege. It doesn't erase it, though, and it doesn't make it any less present. So I am aware. I am trying to get an apartment right now, and there's nothing that I have to worry about lease-wise or anything because, I don't know, my name's already changed and stuff, so yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, anyway, I've rambled enough about housing, so yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will do my best to answer them, and come to the Philly Trans Health Conference, because it's going to be awesome and you can meet me. Alright, bye.